No action currently, my understanding, council has not made a decision regarding the specific installation of a traffic signal or pedestrian crosswalk at Selby. But I can report for the next one for Alameda Stockbridge. The street superintendent and I met with several residents in that area because we were quite concerned that the presence of the flashing light might be considered objectionable. And so we explained to the residents, we're doing this for improvement of safety. Please give it a couple of weeks, and if it's really a problem, we'll remove it. We installed it. They were very considerate. They were very understanding. We installed it, and we haven't heard from them. So let's say success. The painting has to wait until the weather is consistently above a certain temperature for a period of time. So the shrubbery was cut back. In fact, one of the residents complained that they said that the noise now is a lot greater because we cut the shrubbery, but they understood that it was for vehicular safety, and they offered to keep it trimmed in the future at their cost so that they could control the amount of trimming. So we thought that was great. So painting's still to happen. The hybrid beacon, we are continuing to work with Caltrans on allocation of their resources. We did not get an official response, but they said because they were looking at the signal or the beacon at Selby, if we didn't want the pedestrian signal there, and I think the committee has kind of indicated that that's not the problem that would be solved. They would probably be willing to use that resource and put the hybrid beacon in at one of the other intersections. So the concepts that our consultant brought up, looking at the Grand Boulevard, and maybe there's a piece here and a piece there, we might be able to make one crossing safer by utilizing Caltrans resources. So we'll continue to work with Caltrans on that. The Alameda Atherton Avenue roundabout that went before City Council, and the item failed on a 2-2 vote. My understanding is that the council is going to wait until there's a fifth member so that it can come back to council for some action. And then the chief just talked about the meeting with Encinal School, in which one of the public works representatives did attend. The school was interested in solving problems. We were interested in working with them to solve problems. There's an awful lot of traffic there. But I'm very encouraged, as was the committee, obviously very encouraged by the presence of the residents. We're looking at Middlefield. We have that project moving forward, so I'll be able to coordinate the engineering work. But as I said earlier, it doesn't include widening. So if the solution is, gee, 2 4-foot wide bicycle lanes in addition to the travel lanes, and we only have 2 feet now, we're not going to be able to add 2 feet times, 1.5 miles of Middlefield. In certain locations, if there's maybe a catch basin that's creating a problem, we can change the grade, we can do some transition work, but this is not going to install new bicycle lanes, so I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but it gives us an opportunity to make it better. And I believe that concludes the old business. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Seeing none, we'll move on to the police traffic unit.
So, because of time, do you want me to go over these, or do you want to just answer any questions you may
Just
have?
any issues that you think I think hopefully everyone's looked at them. Anything you particularly care to highlight?
Might I ask, I noticed you guys have more than one motor, and I'm sure you have plenty of business. Just now that we've seen that we have more than one motor unit, we have obviously considerable amount of problems near the schools, so I'm real pleased to see that we have more than one motor unit out there.
Our second motor unit just cleared his field training officer program, so he's now on patrol by himself, and he will be riding a motorcycle, so we should now have 2 motorcycles riding during daytime hours.
But I've noticed some police cars that are empty and parked along the side of the road in certain locations.
Yes.
Are those meant to cause drivers to be more in conformance with the law?
They're meant for that and also crime reduction.
They seem to be effective, because I know there's actually somebody in that car. For the record.
They just sleep.
Can't see.
Any
Not
other,
visible.
I don't believe there's anything really to highlight. We've started, at your request, we started giving you some more information on the collisions as far as days, times, the primary collision factor, and then what kind of collision
Yeah, that's good.
that it was.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think there's been anything significant in the past couple of months to really highlight.
Okay. Ed, anything?
No, nothing to add, only that we continue to push the education process. I don't know if you've seen our website recently, but Sergeant Copeland has put, question of the day on traffic safety in there on a number of occasions. We'll continue to do that, and I was just talking to Teresa about sending some of that stuff that we write out to the schools and get them to post it at the schools, whether the kids will read it on a bulletin board or on their iPad, I don't know. But we have to try all that we can, and we will.
So can I assume that a question of the day is if you're traveling the opposite direction on a bicycle?
That might be the next one. I've already started formulating that.
Coming soon.
Well, now I know I can pass that.
You know, one other thing while we're on the topic of the education piece, during more staffing robust times, the department had done frequent bicycle rodeos on our campus, and that's been a struggle to do it at 19 Sworn.
Yeah.
To be able to because they are resource intensive, and the officer has to be off the air on the campus, and it sometimes takes a couple officers or maybe just one of our staff members, because they do braking tests and they go over all the rules of the road that pertain to the bicyclists, and it's good for the kids. And hopefully they learn something.
What is a bicycle rodeo?
That's just the name we give it, where we go on campuses and we have kids bring their bicycles, we educate them about rules of the road, bicycle helmets, we actually give bicycle helmets away. In the past, we've been able to get companies like Target to donate money to buy bicycle helmets, and you guys have done that as well.
Right, we set up some obstacle courses for the kids to ride through. We do a cantaloupe drop exercise to show them what happens when you wear a helmet and when you don't wear a helmet. Answer any questions that they might have. Normally do it for younger kids at the elementary schools, but it is a very resource intensive project, and it also takes a lot of planning and preparation, working with the school, working with the parents, to get a lot of volunteers and to get a lot of interest and participation.
You do that mainly at the middle school and elementary, or?
Yeah, we mostly elementary. At middle school, we've done it at St. Joseph's. We've done it at Laurel School.
That's right.
Took the name from Woodside.
Is there any notion of creating some kind of certification program where if a child goes through a safety training course, then they get a little patch they can wear, and then that would be the thing that would make a parent feel comfortable letting their child ride to school? Because that type of thing will tend to get a high percentage compliant.
It's not anything that we've ever thought about doing.